everyone! Hello my fellow fishy friends. My name is Charlotte Moffin and today we're going to be doing an activity called Fishy Flow. So normally I work for the Classroom Aquarium Education Program, but I also like to do yoga, so that's what we're going to do today, the best of both worlds. So if you want to join me, I want you to find a comfortable seat outside, maybe in your living room with some carpet, or somewhere where you can practice safely. When you arrive to that safe spot, I want you to go ahead and quickly take a seat. Take a seat in the most comfortable seated position. Maybe it's seated like this, maybe your feet are out long and you're rocking your legs back and forth, whatever feels comfortable for you. So today we're going to be learning about the steelhead life cycle and doing some movements to represent the different stages of the life cycle. So to start off, I want you to close your eyes. Notice your breath and how you're feeling right now. Maybe you're feeling excited to have some fun with your fellow classmates or your family and friends. I know I am feeling excited. So I want you to imagine that you're out at a creek, that it's a beautiful sunny day, the sun's shining in the sky, maybe there's some birds chirping, maybe you notice some rocks, maybe you notice the water that's running pretty quickly today. What else do you notice? So take a moment to walk around the creek, keep your eyes closed, or just imagining right now. So at the creek, we're going to learn about the 4 different stages of the life cycle. So today we're going to learn about the egg, alevin, fry, and adult. And we might have time to do the life cycle a couple times through. Return back and close your eyes. And now imagine, what do you think a steelhead egg looks like? That's right. So it looks like a little tiny egg, probably the size the end of my pinky, and it's clear and it's transparent and the egg can see all outside of its shell. So go ahead and make your way to your hands and knees and let's become an egg. So go ahead and form a tabletop position, send your legs all the way back and make a little egg. So as an egg, you're going to rock your head back and forth. Rock your head back and forth. You're wiggling all around, you're hanging out in those rocks. You're hanging out in those rocks, the water's rushing past you, it's clean, it's clear, it's beautiful. So then, after you're an egg, you start to hatch. So when we hatch, we're going to come all the way through onto our bellies. We're hatching, we're wiggling. I want you to kick your legs like this. Kick your legs, maybe you're hatching a little tail. Kick them a little faster if you can. Faster. All right, and stop. So after you hatch your little tiny tail, we're going to make our way into an alevin phase. So an alevin come all the way back to our hands and knees, and they have a big yolk sac. Everyone do that movement with me. Big yolk sac. So with your big yolk sac, this is where you keep your food in your tummy. I want you to take it all the way forward and then stretch it all the way back. Let's do this a couple times. Forward, exhale, and back. Maybe you want to move your yolk sac left and right. Maybe you want to wiggle it around. So after a while, you start to absorb your yolk sac, which means it kind of goes inward to your belly, and you become a little fry. As a little fry, we're going to make our way downstream, so join me downstream by lifting your legs all the way up and back. Downstream, maybe you're walking your legs out a little bit. We start making our way downstream to hunt for food, because we're hungry. I don't know about you, but I'm super hungry. As an alevin, we had the yolk sac, but now as a little fry, we don't. Now I want you to make your way all the way to the top of the mat. Bring your feet to meet your hands. So we're still a little fry, and I want you to bring your hands all the way up and over your head. So as a little fry, we're heading downstream, and maybe, just maybe, we might get to catch some bugs. These bugs are called macroinvertebrates. So to catch our macroinvertebrates, you gotta put your hands all the way out and then swing them side to side. Try and catch them. Catch those bugs. Let's catch them. Awesome. Maybe speed it up a little bit. How many bugs did you catch? All right, let's catch 2 more bugs. 1, 2. All right, bring your feet back together at the top of your mat. So as a little fry, we start growing older and we start swimming through the ocean. We're looking for a mate, someone to make other eggs with. So you're gonna put your hands all the way forward, up and back. So we're gonna use this to represent swimming. Or we could go all the way to the top and swim. Let's swim for just a moment. Swimming, swimming, swimming to the ocean. All right, so now stand at the top of your mat. Close your eyes for another moment. Do you see the ocean? What does it look like? Maybe you said you see the open ocean water. It's clear as day. Maybe you see some other adult fish swimming around. Maybe you see a couple predators. So a predator for an adult salmon could be things like a seal, maybe a raccoon, a bear. There's a ton of things it could be. So we gotta run away from those predators, right? So put your hands all the way up, drop it all the way down, step your feet back, stomach to the ground, and raise your chest all the way up and shake it out a little bit. Whew, that was a close one. We almost didn't make it. So when you're ready, make your way back to that tabletop position and go ahead and flip your legs onto your side and come back onto your seat. So now we're back at that creek that we came from. Do you remember that we started here at the creek? So this creek is where we were born as a little egg at the beginning. And we made our way all the way. We were an alevin, a fry, all the way to adult salmon and all the way back. And this is where we would spawn, or we would head out to the ocean again. But I think we should head out to the ocean again. What do you think? Awesome. All right, let's start out as a little fry again. We'll go through this one more time and then we'll lay our eggs. Okay, so as an egg, remember we're like this. We're rocking back and forth on our head, moving forward and backward maybe. Now come through all the way to hatch, all the way down. Bring your arms in front of you, your chest is up high, and bring those little tail out. So let's kick for 5 seconds. Are you ready? 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Stop. All right, now we're gonna hatch into an alevin. So as an alevin, remember we have this big yolk sac. So go ahead and lift your chest forward, lift your chest back to move that belly around. Bump your hips left and right. Do it a couple times. Left, right. All right, and now we are ready to make our way downstream. Send those hips up and back with me. Very good. You guys are doing great. Exhale and make your way, either step or jump all the way to the top of your mat to meet your feet where your hands are. Bring your hands all the way up and to your heart. Let's bring it back to the center. I think we need to catch some more bugs. What do you think? So we're catching those bugs. Swing left and right with your arms. Swinging, swinging. We're having a lot of fun here. Catch 'em, catch 'em, catch 'em. Great work. All right, and 2 more bugs. 1, 2. All right, back to the top of our mat. Bring your hands above your head and rain it all the way down. Let's head back to our creek by making our way down here. Chest up, back to our tabletop, and then remember we swing our legs around back to a comfortable seat. All right, guys, so we went all the way from the creek back out to the ocean and back to the creek again. So I think it's time we lay our eggs. What do you think? So to lay your eggs, I want you to close your eyes for a moment and imagine what you started out like. Pretend you're a salmon, you're making some new eggs so they can hatch into little baby steelhead. Alright, open your eyes. Great work today, everyone. That was a lot of fun. We got to see some moving water, we got to see some rocks, we got to see all the way out into the ocean and maybe even saw a predator. We caught some awesome bugs when we had some fun with our friends, family, or classmates. So thank you so much for joining me today. I hope you had a lot of fun moving and making your way through this Fishy Flow Yoga. I'll see you next time.